Hello everyone and welcome to the channel KnowledgeEra. Today we are going to discuss a highly sensitive and geopolitically dangerous situation where the United States, Israel, Pakistan, and the Middle East all appear to be standing on the same global chessboard. At the center of this unfolding story are U.S. President Donald Trump, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir. This is not just about diplomacy. It is a complex mix of power, pressure, strategy, and the risk of a wider conflict. After their meeting at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, Donald Trump stated that he and Benjamin Netanyahu made significant progress within just a few minutes. Trump openly praised Netanyahu's leadership and went as far as saying that if Israel had the wrong prime minister, the country might not even exist today. This statement clearly signals that the United States continues to stand firmly behind Israel, both politically and strategically. Against this backdrop, Trump sent out a strong warning to the Middle East. He said that if Iran continues with its nuclear and ballistic missile programs, then America could support another fast and decisive Israeli attack. This is a clear message that Washington is prepared to back Israel militarily if Iran crosses certain red lines. This statement alone raises serious concerns about escalation. However, Trump did not stop there. Alongside this warning, he played another strategic move. According to reports, Trump has pressured Pakistan to send its military forces to the Israel-Gaza region. The idea is that once Israeli forces withdraw from Gaza, security and stability would be maintained by a peacekeeping force made up largely of troops from Muslim-majority countries, with Pakistan expected to play a key role. Under Trump's proposed 202-point Gaza plan, Israel would withdraw its forces, reconstruction would begin, and an international stabilization force would oversee the transition. The United States wants Muslim countries to take the lead on the ground so that America can limit its direct involvement and Israel can avoid being seen as occupying Gaza again. This is where Pakistan's dilemma truly begins. Field Marshal Asim Munir, currently the most powerful figure in Pakistan, enjoys constitutional protection, lifetime immunity, and an extension in office until 2030. But with such power comes enormous risk. If Munir agrees to Trump's request and sends Pakistani troops to Gaza, it could trigger massive domestic backlash inside Pakistan. Pakistan's Islamist parties are already deeply hostile toward the U.S. and Israel. The moment Pakistani soldiers are seen as part of a post-Israel security, a wrong narrative could emerge that Pakistan is working on Israel's behalf. This perception could quickly spill onto the streets, leading to protests, unrest, and serious law and order challenges. On the other hand, refusing Trump is also costly. Upsetting the U.S. president could jeopardize American investment, security assistance, and diplomatic backing for Pakistan. Experts point out that angering Trump is no small matter, especially when Islamabad is trying to rebuild trust with Washington after years of strained relations. This is why analysts describe Asim Munir's situation as walking on a double-edged sword. On one side is pressure from the United States, on the other is the risk of political and religious upheaval at home. This decision is not just about foreign policy. It could directly shape Pakistan's internal stability. Another important dimension is the personal relationship between Trump and Munir. In June, Trump hosted Munir for a private lunch at the White House, without Pakistan's prime minister present. This was unprecedented and signaled that Washington now views Pakistan's military leadership as a more direct and reliable interlocutor than its civilian government. The Gaza issue also raises the sensitive question of Hamas disarmament. Trump has made it clear that any lasting ceasefire requires Hamas to give up its weapons. However, Pakistan's foreign minister has already stated that disarming Hamas is not Pakistan's responsibility, hinting at potential friction down the line. Meanwhile, Israel-Iran tensions continue to simmer in the background. Earlier this year, Israel and Iran were engaged in nearly 12 days of direct conflict, during which the U.S. struck Iranian nuclear facilities. If Iran accelerates its activities again, Trump's remarks suggest that Israel could receive American backing for another rapid military operation. This places the entire Middle East on the edge of renewed large-scale conflict. Experts warn that if Pakistani troops are deployed in Gaza and the situation deteriorates, blame will fall squarely on Asim Munir. Islamist groups, opposition parties, and supporters of former Prime Minister Imran Khan could unite against him. As one analyst noted, people would quickly accuse Munir of doing Israel's bidding, and such a reaction would be entirely predictable. In the bigger picture, this crisis goes far beyond Gaza or Israel alone. It represents a global power play where the United States wants to reduce its direct burden, Israel seeks long-term security, and Pakistan finds itself caught in the middle. The choice Asim Munir makes will not only define Pakistan's foreign policy, but also deeply influence its domestic politics and stability. In the coming weeks, when Munir travels to Washington to meet Donald Trump again, we may gain clarity on which direction Pakistan will choose. But one thing is certain, this decision will not be easy, and its consequences will be felt not just in Pakistan, but across the Middle East and South Asia. To sum it up, Pakistan is standing at a very critical crossroads. One decision could strengthen global ties, while the other could ignite serious trouble at home. As the pressure from the U.S. and Israel grows, all eyes are now on Asim Munir and the choice he makes. What happens next will not only impact Gaza, but could reshape Pakistan's future and the balance of power in the region.